Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Thanks for coming back. We've got dolls from all over the world. We're talking about international fashion. We're talking about the inspiration of the ages.
Yes.
People who designed this stuff was ancient. You know, civilizations were built on this great passion for clothing.
In this country,
tradition and clothing go together, and you know, we have to honor all the old traditions and all the cultural changes that happened over the years to make all these civilizations what they were. The rise and fall of many of them, you know, but a lot of them still exist. Our next picture, which I think is up there, right, is Thailand.
Yay!
Thailand! Wonderful. Don't you love the hands?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And the back is just as cute. This fabric is really, really beautiful. My grandmother loved this fabric so much on this doll. She went all over the marketplace and found a yardage or two of this. And she made pillows. She had some really amazing pillows. Just a little, like, you know, back pillow.
Yeah.
Wow. They were gorgeous, and she had them in her place.
Wow.
And they were that. So, you know, that was kind of special because they matched my doll. Yes. And I never really realized it till I looked at this today. I was like, those are my grandma's pillows. But they loved Thailand. They loved Asia. They said that their favorite flight on a plane was to Japan because the people would give you these little slippers and everybody would take such good care of you from Japan. I'll never forget that. And that Japan flight, the flight, unbelievable. So getting pampered is special. But what do you think of Thailand? Have you been there?
I'm sorry.
That's kind of part of your, that's part of your heritage back, kind of similar.
Well, not mine because I'm from the Philippines.
Philippines is different.
Yeah. Yeah, Thailand is very, I love it. I love their art, their culture and everything. And I love the temples that they have of their gods and goddesses. Not that I worship those things because in the Philippines, we're predominantly Catholic over there. So,
but you're right, the pagoda,
the pagoda, but the pagoda is
Japanese.
Is Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah. But they had the thing.
But they
still had the thing on the roof, right? They had the stacking in the.
But it's if you'll notice, it's very different. Very different from the Koreans, the Chinese, and the Japanese. It's very different, and it looks very indigenous to Southeast Asia because you have to bear in mind that it's tropical over there.
Right. They wear very light clothing.
Yeah, and a lot of wood. You know, we use a lot of wood over there, not like in other countries like
bamboo. Or
but like, and it's wood and. You know, it's the color of wood.
Like teak.
Like teak, yeah.
Oh,
and it's
that's
brown,
where a lot of the teak furniture
and they
comes
don't
from.
even, I mean, if anything, they painted with gold. I noticed in Thailand, they love painting everything in gold. And
that's cool.
Everything, what I like about it is very color coordinated. I mean, if you go to other North Asian countries, it's not color coordinated. It's all very green and red and, you know, all those.
Mixed up. But they have a certain, now, do you think that it's just synonymous to the country, these colors?
Yeah, the culture, yeah.
I mean, or don't you think that fashion changes the colors, or does it kind of stay the same?
No, I'm talking about like their ancient.
The traditional.
Past. Yeah.
Would you say this is a good depiction, this colorful one?
That's a very good depiction of Thailand because, again, if there's like, you see a lot of red, but the predominant color is still gold. You see the gold.
Yeah, and I noticed that she has a fez hat. Okay, and she also has mesh.
Yeah.
Like her shawl or her, what do we call this?
The face mask. Yes.
It's actually, the veil is mesh in this. So in other words, they weren't completely about hiding. They were more about, you know,
keeping
like
it mysterious.
Subliminal seduction, right?
Yes. And also let's not forget about the nails, the metallic nails that curl up.
They stick those things on their fingers.
That's very
the metal things for dancing, the dancing.
It's very indigenous to Thailand. That's what their known for. That's what sets them apart from other Asian countries.
The dancing, yeah, and those long nails and the fun
Yes.
kind of neat style. Okay, the following one, the next one, is about. It's actually it had a tag with the country behind it. Believe it or not, this is also Thailand. This is northern Thailand, so it's a little different. But it said North Thailand, very loud and clear on my picture. So anyway, this looks like probably more of a day outfit.
Yeah,
maybe
probably,
traditional,
yeah.
but the pom pom is neat.
Yes.
There's that pom. The guy has the pom pom
Yes.
on the top, and they have pretty colors.
And once again, it looks
Jewelry.
very Southeast Asian.
And they had these little. I noticed when I was putting it all together, they have little big square neck on their necklace. And both the woman and the man both had the big square metal pieces hanging down from the necklace. So I think that was kind of neat. Yes. And I always love pom poms. A few countries had pom poms, like Argentina.
Yes.
And Venezuela. They have pom poms in their fashion. Anyway, the next one is Russia.
Oh, from Russia.
Yeah, we have all the stocking dolls. Every Christmas, I always got all my stocking dolls. I have lots of sets of them. And I used to put them in the window and everything to decorate. I mean, Christmas for me is a decorating opportunity. Okay? Yes. It's just like opportunity to transform your house into something completely different that people have never seen. So, and every year I try to do it different too, so that it wasn't even the same from one Christmas to the other. But I remember a lot of stocking dolls, and I even have some stationery that says "You're a doll," and it has some stocking dolls on the stationery. Yes.
The funny thing about you saying, Russia and all that, it's like Christmas becomes very Russian when we listen to the Nutcracker.
Is that a Russian ballet?
Russian ballet, Russian story. I recently saw the Disney version of it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is very Russian. I said, oh my goodness, like it's all, back in the day before
Anastasia,
communism, ran over Russia, and it was beautiful. It was
the aristocracy.
The
palaces are the most beautiful palaces, I have to say. I'll give them that. Yeah. They have the most. My favorite palaces are Russian. With the big bulb.
The pageantry, the royalty, and the nobility of Russia back in the day. I guess that's why Tolstoy was inspired to write War and Peace. Yes.
I have to.
Peter the Great.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for being on my show and sharing this with people, because the intellectuals are relating to you right now.
Oh,
I'm obviously not falling into that category because I haven't read War and Peace, unfortunately. But I'd love to.
I haven't read it either.
Oh, you acted like you read it.
No. I haven't read it either, but I love watching documentaries about fashion and history of fashion, and I love watching documentaries about countries. And nowadays,
Dr. Zhivago.
Yeah, Dr. Zhivago.
That was a good movie.
Nowadays,
right?
if you really don't like to read, just watch documentaries.
Yeah, or good movies. Anastasia.
And
Katerina.
Anna Karenina, Anna Karenina. Yeah.
And I just watched that. Supposedly with the Enneagram, which is another day, we're going to talk about Enneagram, this thing that has 7 different types of personalities. They say that Katerina or Anna Katerina, the movie, is I'm a 4. You might be a 4 too. We're the individualists. We like artsy fartsy. We like to be different than everybody. So anyway, we'll go into that some other time about these 9 different kinds of personalities. But that movie that Katerina is supposed to be the movie that depicts a 4 and some things that we would do and how we'd act. And anyway, I looked at that movie and I thought, boy, that's a sad movie, and I'm sorry that I'm one of the people who fall into that category. Oh. But anyway, the next one was...
Oh, look at that.
Japan.
Yay for Japan.
Japan is so beautiful. Everybody loves a sari. I mean, who could not love a sari? A kimono. Excuse me, not a sari. That's India.
Kimono, The sari is from Thailand.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
In
the
India,
sari.
India, they call it a
Yes,
sari as well.
India and sari, but also in Thailand they call it a sari as well.
Oh, God, but the kimono, and I
Yes.
love the back of the kimono, especially the big bow or the big backpack. It's kind of like a backpack. Yeah, I used to go to the Oban Festival because we had a good friend Chieko who helped us name our cat. Nico-san. First he was Nico-chan when he was a boy. That's cat boy. And then we changed his name midlife, and the neighbors thought we were completely crazy. Nico-chan to Nico-san. But we would go to the Oban Festival with Chieko and watch her do her tea ceremony. And I always loved the fabrics. I love Japanese fabrics. They're very beautiful.
They are, yeah, they are. And
The
did you
colors,
notice something?
in the neck,
Yeah.
showing the nape of the neck is the most sexual, beautiful part of considered the most beautiful part of Japanese women is the back of the neck. That's why the kimono bends out a little bit.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
we're about to go to the next segment.
Yes.
And we're going to end this for just a second. Have a little cup of tea. Come back and see what we have to talk about next.
Yes, I love that cup of tea.